Axians nicht und hat da natürlich einen ganz speziellen Eindruck gewonnen von diesen Meetings. Und Vivek, du wirst jetzt uns erzählen.
Wir sind also sehr international
was
geworden.
deine
Die Folien sind auf Englisch.
und deine Eindrücke.
Genau. Die Folien sind auf Englisch und der wird dann was
You will do it in English?
Sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for that, Marcus.
Yeah.
My name is Vivek Sharma. I'm the new brand manager for Axians. Just recently joined the company here, but I must say it's a very interesting and challenging time to come aboard. I've had the opportunity to participate in a number of meetings, like Marcus mentioned, in Paris, with the Vinci group, with the global brand management team, and also with other country heads from across regions and across Europe. Last week I was in Paris. The chairperson of the meeting there, Jean Lefebvre, made a very interesting comment that I would like to share with you. He said that he had gone on the Cisco website the previous evening and looked for us as partners and resellers. He was quite disappointed to see that we were very much there, but under different names. The whole situation was that the end customer could get a little confused, and such a situation was that our brand messaging was being diluted. We were not being able to take advantage of the synergy and the symbiosis that is actually now possible. All these different entities owned by one organization, that is Vinci, but present on the websites under different headings. The way forward, the vision is to put all these brands together under one common umbrella. When I heard this comment, a very interesting example came to mind, for which credit must be given to Marcus. Last month, me and Marcus were talking about football. Not to say that is all we do. This was after work. When we talked about football, we drew a specific comparison between the England football team and the German football team. The England football team is also referred to a team of champions. They have a collection of players, individually very strong world-class players who command a huge net worth and are very much in demand internationally. The German team is more or less referred to as a champion team. What is the difference here? The difference is when you put these teams together and they play for their respective countries, what happens? The result is the UK team from England, unfortunately, is usually ousted at the quarterfinals or even before, whereas the German team goes on to perform and exceed expectation. Our vision for the future is to work together as a champion team. Strong individual brands become even stronger once they are all put together under one umbrella. Coming to the brand advantages that Axians can enjoy. Before we come to the actual advantages, in Paris about a month back, I was asked by a colleague to define branding. He came to me and put a question, you are the brand manager, what do you think, what is branding? Well, the best way to answer a question is to ask a question back. So I asked him, what do you think? What are your views on it? So he said, I think branding is a logo. Like, you know, the Nike swoosh? By this time, another colleague jumped in and said, well, I think it's the tagline. Like Volkswagen has Das Auto, or Nike has Just Do It. Well, I answered them yes and no. Branding definitely includes all that, but it is much bigger. Branding really is the gut instinct, the first feeling that a person gets as soon as he comes face to face with our company, with our company's products, our company's services, and even us as company employees. Now that is branding. In other words, branding is not what we say. Branding is what they say, the customers and the public at large. The advantages that we stand to gain today: cross-selling. Cross-selling as in one brand does not just focus on selling its product, but also the other brands. The offering becomes bigger. This leads us to having a global reach. Technology today is seamless. It does not recognize borders, and neither will we in the future. With global reach comes increased demand. That is the business objective, that is the business strategy, to have increased demand for our products and offerings and grow accordingly. All of this comes to the one main point, brand loyalty. A recent study says a business organization makes its revenue 80%, up to 80% comes from existing customers. Why do these customers keep coming back to us? Because of brand loyalty. They trust us, and they trust us with our expertise and their expertise, so that we are able to sync all our goals together and work forward in a mutually profitable basis. Synergy and symbiosis are the new keywords here. A synergy has already been created for us by all these different brands, and now we have to move forward as a symbiosis, a coming together. My colleagues in the financial department usually have a question: why do we need a branding budget? Why do we need so much money? Now, this question was interestingly put at a recent meeting, a shareholder meeting with the Coca-Cola company. You can refer to it as Coke to make it simple. Now, the branding people were asked by the management why they needed such a big budget. The answer was this slide here. Coke's market cap, including its brand value, is today valued at 120 billion US dollars. If you take away the value add by the brand alone, it's only 50 billion US dollars. So the brand president of Coke addressed everyone and said that 70 billion US dollar amount is actually 70 billion reasons for the company to keep investing in its brand and actually make it the world's foremost brand. What we are doing today is more or less rebranding of the old Axians to the new Axians. Now, such a thing has also been done in the past by Cisco. Now, very quickly touching on the Cisco example. About 10 years ago, if you'd asked an employee of Cisco, what does the company do? How does it make its money? The answer would have been, oh, we sell routers, we sell switches, we sell Ethernet, and so on and so forth. Now, if the public at large heard this technical jargon, they actually took 2 steps back. The Cisco management under John Chambers recognized this as a brand disconnect. And in 2006, Cisco started rebranding itself. Instead of focusing on the technical aspect, it started focusing on the human and emotional aspect. Branding is storytelling. It has to touch an emotional chord with the listener. What Cisco then did, launched a series of videos and also sponsored a commercial movie, which went on to become a huge Hollywood blockbuster hit. Juno is the name if you're interested. Now Cisco's message went out to the world. And the people now understand what this company does. It brings people together across geographical boundaries. It does not market routers and switches as part of its branding promise, but how it affects us in our life and how it makes it better, healthier, and safer. Police today are able to virtually patrol streets by use of Cisco's information technology. Doctors sitting in the USA are able to treat Ebola patients thousands of miles away. And schools in the most remote areas of the world are today given access to the most advanced educational programs, all by virtue of Cisco. We at Axians seek to duplicate and replicate this success by our rebranding at the grassroots level. Finally, the way forward as we see, we have to get ready for tomorrow, today, in a very proactive way, and create a long-term destination for our business. The road might be long and hard, but I'm sure, as we all know, there is no shortcut to success, and hard work never goes unrewarded. Thank you very much for your time.